Hello good people of the internet and bad people of the internet. I thought I'd give everybody a bit of a tour of my sanctuary, bug out shelter, isolation booth, garage at my mum's in reality. Spent the past couple of days knocking bits and pieces up out of scrap. Everything you see in here, well 95% of it came in the scrap, has been collected for nothing and thrown away by those lovely wonderful people we call, well, I don't know what you call them, wasters. They love to throw good stuff away. Anyway, their loss, my gain. It's not particularly brilliant, it's just a little garage full of, well, crap I collect. Nice stainless steel trolley there. Council threw that away because it had a slight dent in it. It took me 2 minutes to fix it with 2 hammers, but the council don't do that sort of thing anymore. So there you go. I'm not sure if any of this is going to show up. It usually shows up better in real life than it does on my screen, but shop vac, lovely. Dyson, lovely. Both work perfectly. Suck the carpet off the floor, free. What can I say? What have we got up here? Timber, lots of timber. I've got another garage full of timber. Over here is my aluminium pile. Building up, building up, building up, building up. That there is a folding disability scooter. It's complete. The battery's knackered. The battery is a lithium ion. I shall replace the batteries inside with salvage laptop batteries, of which I've got quite a few, shall we say. Tool collection. It's a skill saw at the bottom, and we've got an SDS drill topped off with a lovely Makita angle grinder in a box. Nothing wrong with it. People just prefer, I don't know, cordless now, I suppose. This is my little workbench. I've got a light which is on a TV swivel, so I can put it wherever I want, to a certain extent anyway, but it helps me work when I'm stripping things on my table. The light comes off, it's just on a magnet I've glued on the back. The light itself, believe it or not, came out of an ice bucket. I picked up 10 ice buckets. They sat in the bottom, illuminating the ice inside a see-through container inside the ice bucket. They're rechargeable. From my collection, I just found a 5-volt power pack. Recharge them, I've got several of them. I've placed them all around the place, they come in very handy. And as you can see, it's my workbench where I strip things like set-top boxes, laptops, modems, whatever. Inside that green bin, purchased from a council auction by the way, that is full to within about 95% of hard drives. It's literally full up from all these set-top boxes. There's all sorts of stuff in there. What else have we got over here? My cable collection. You've got number 1, if you can see that there. Number 2 insulated, which I've got a stripper on the way, a wire stripper on the way I should add, from Amazon, which I'll be using to, guess what, strip the wire. My number 2 copper pile. Very well. That's my number 1 copper bag. This has all been collected since August last year when I weighed in my last lot. This is 9 months worth of collecting. Down there you can see motherboards. You've got metal socket motherboards, laptop motherboards, small socket motherboards, large socket motherboards. These big square yellow things you see there, there's 3 of them. I believe they're delivery service. I've got another 2 left up there. They fold flat. They're all full of this, circuit boards. Every single circuit board in there has got a BGA plus a few other chips. E-Waste Ben would call them mid-grade. I don't know what they class them as in this country because I haven't done a weigh-in yet. I will do one day. There we've got CD-ROM drives. They would be SATA connected ones. Those 2 there, one's full up, one's just been started, are IDE boards. And over here you've got, this is all computer games consoles I've stripped. RAM sticks. In this dustbin here is all slot cards. It's about 20 kilos there. Let's say a few months worth of stuff I've collected. There's a nice wet and dry shop vacs, brand spanking new. Found it at the side of the road with a note on it saying that the little pipe that supplies the water's missing. Well, it's still missing. I just use a spray bottle and it cleans beautifully, as you would expect from a brand new vacs. What have we got over here? IC chips, mobile phone boards, pinless CPUs, pin CPUs, chip on board, old penny stuff. These are computer games consoles. If you can see those, if you can't, I apologise. The lighting is literally that blue LED strip, which is running off of a power pack that I re-batteried using batteries from one of my many laptop batteries I've got laying about the place, and I've got many laptop batteries laying about the place, trust me. What's in there? Oh, that's cordless phone cords. That, I believe, is full of plugs to be smashed up. That's mylar sheets from keypads. World War II American Army food canteen case. Again, came in the scrap, would you believe? Somebody just threw it away. All these white sacks you can see. All the white sacks you can maybe hopefully see over here. If I move my light that's movable, you can see all these sacks. There's, I think I'm up to about 12 at the moment. They're all full of VIR, which is vulcanised Indian rubber. It's your basic flex. We call it VIR where I am. Bag of motors. Probably about 50-60 kilos of brass there. Trouble with brass is it's so heavy, by the time you've filled up one of those boxes you can't lift the damn thing up, and if you do manage to lift it up, the handle breaks off because it's so heavy. But you know, money's money at the end of the day. A stainless steel sink that's got a mind of its own. A small little man cave, I suppose. The table's made of a couple of alloy wheels wedged inside one another. Looks okay. Look. Bit of number 2 copper wire on the floor, which goes in there. That sack below is also number 2, but it's half full. It's so heavy you can hardly lift it. Those sacks you can see there, I found 2 boxes of them. There's 25 in a pack. In the boxes there was 500 in each box. That's 1,000 of them. They were thrown away at a recycling centre. It's a wasteful society we live in. Thank God for that, I say. I get to make money out of it. That's about it really. There's not a lot else to see. Various tools that I've collected over the years. All in the scrap. All nothing wrong with them. Even the hoovers. The only thing the hoovers needed were, would you believe ironically, hoovering out. Ridiculous, I know, but that's how people are in the UK. They throw crap away all the time. Pile of hard drives from the set-top boxes I stripped yesterday. A couple of laptops I've got to get to. There's 2 PCs under there with my battery collection. They've got to be stripped. There's the pile of scrap I cleared out yesterday evening. That there, believe it or not, was a games PC from a fruit machine. The sun's a bit harsh. Got a motherboard in it, hard drive, CPU, sweet. Everything else you can see. That's a brand new staple gun in the box, never been used. That's waiting for a plasterer mate of mine to get back to work so we can have it. That box there, the army ammunition box, again thrown away in the scrap. Doesn't bother me, that'll go in my camper van. A couple of 240 volt drills. I've actually got 6 drills. I've got a 60s chrome Black & Decker, well polished aluminium. I've got the beigey coloured one there, which is from the 70s. I've got an 80s blue one, I've got a 90s black one, and also I've got this lovely Milwaukee drill, which is possibly the best thing I've ever found. Found it in the scrap, no charger with it. Bought a charger for a tenner, nothing wrong with it, works perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Also indoors, I've got a Stanley Fatmax, not only a drill, I found the drill with a broken switch, 2 batteries and a charger with it. I bought a new switch, cost me 15 quid, fitted that, drill works perfectly. 2 weeks later I found a brand new Stanley Fatmax jigsaw in the box, no battery, no charger. Works perfectly, what can I say? It's a wasteful society we live in, thank God for that. Other than that, all you will find in here, that's my magnet fishing rod. I use it for trawling the local river. There's a magnetic spotlight, which again came in the scrap, which I've rebuilt. Wasn't too difficult to rebuild, all it needed was some of the screw holes rebuilding back up and gluing back in. I use super glue and baking powder, it makes a really strong repair. Temporarily closed, just like the rest of the country. Well, that's about it. That's another really rubbish video from Dirt Diggler. Maybe I'll get out metal detecting and get some video of that when the country opens up. If it doesn't, I might get some gold panning when I go to Wales in my camper van. I'll be building my camper van from all this scrap. Indoors I've got lots of things like remote control LED light sets. Usually you find them and the remote control's broken, but you use a remote control you find with another set where the lights are broken, and suddenly you've got 5 sets of remote control LEDs that you don't know what to do with. But I'm a hoarder, it's as simple as that. I'm a hoarder, and well, obviously I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan, but who isn't? Let's call you a weirdo. Oh, there's also some Marvel going on. All this, there's some Joker over there, all this in the scrap. Every single thing in here, 95% of everything in here. The only thing that didn't come in the scrap in here, what was it? Oh, I bought that bin, believe it or not, for £2.50 at a council auction. That's my electrical toolboxes, which are waiting for my camper van to be re-registered so I can start working on it. Gold pins. Oscillators and crystal oscillators. Bloody e-waste Ben got me into collecting them. I've now got 4 coffee jars full of them. I don't know. Oh, there's a mobile phone to try to escape. I'll get broken later on. Possibly broken with that, we'll see. Depends how if it behaves itself and comes apart. That's about it really. Oh, there's a dirty great base tube there. Don't know if you can actually see that. Bloody great thing. Works perfectly. Why people throw this stuff away, I don't know. Perhaps they bought a smaller base tube. Perhaps they're just wasteful pillocks. I don't know. Anyway, at some point next year, if the economy picks up, I'm going to be taking in all my motherboards, because I've got about 100 kilos of motherboards at the moment. I've got about 30-40 kilos of slot cards. I haven't got so many of the RAM chips. There's just that bucket of them. In there you've got phone connections. That's another 2 buckets full of phone connections there. Gold pin connections from computers. I've just restarted that bucket. Silver connections, that is all micro switches from microwaves. I get a lot of microwaves. They used to be good years ago when they had decent transformers in them, but since they've all been made in China, they're all crap. There's all aluminium. There is my, I'm not sure if you can see that. That is my 1980s Mini Mako something or other. I've got a video about it. It's still sitting in the garage. I'll put it up on eBay. Possibly soon, seeing as things are slowing down. I don't really go out collecting because I live with a disabled pensioner, so I have to watch what I'm doing, hence my little isolation booth. Industrial air conditioning unit, again, cleaned it out, putting some bacterial cleaner through the radiators, Works perfectly. Very noisy, but works perfectly. What have we got here? No, just collections of bits and pieces. Well, that's my little isolation booth. I hope somebody enjoyed it, even if it's just me having something to do. Ta-da!